So in my last video, I mentioned that I had just picked up the JBL Flip 5. In that same video, I also did my first impressions of the JBL Flip 4. In today's video, I'm taking a look at the JBL Flip 5 and I'm trying to see how it's going to stack up against the JBL Flip 4. As always, let's go ahead and just fly through the unboxing here, which is going to be slightly different than the typical packaging we are accustomed to with previous devices. This is still very minimal, just like the other ones, but this time we have the manual and the cable in one flat box on one side of the main box, and the actual unit is in the foam container here. So at first glance, it looks just like the JBL Flip 4, except for the color, of course. The one that I looked at last time was blue, and this time, obviously, we have the color red. So the first thing we are going to do here is take a look at some of the physical features, including the buttons here. So on this side, along with this shoelace strap, as I call it, we have the power button there. And right next to it, we will have the Bluetooth button. We would then have the power indicator, which is now just a strip. It's an LED strip as opposed to the previous 5 LED lights or LED dots. And this right here is a really nice change, more of an upgrade. This is the USB Type-C that was added to this. I personally think this is a really nice addition to this because many devices are now moving towards the use of USB Type-C. However, I don't see a flap to protect it, so this is more prone to, damage. Things might get into there, sand, pebble, or dirt, and possibly damage it. So kind of a nice thing they added it, but not so great they don't have anything to protect it. Then on this side, you have some of your usual suspects. That would be the play, pause, and skip button right here, the up and down volume rockers, and this new guy here called the Party Boost. I need you to go ahead and keep this one in mind because we are going to come back to him. Then of course you have the radiators at the top and the bottom here. The build quality seems to be the same. It's pretty much the same as the Flip 4. We still have the very nice woven fabric there. And this is also IPX7 rated. To keep it simple, it's waterproof. Not only can it stay underwater for up to 30 minutes, it can do so for up to 1 meter of water, and it also floats, which is a great thing. Now, on the side note here, you may have noticed that the water is splashing only on one side here. That is simply because the Flip 5 is actually a single transducer speaker, specifically a 20-watt speaker, but it still sounds very good. And some of the JBL speakers are also single transducer, so only have one speaker like this one. I believe the Charge, the JBL Charge is another one of those. So this speaker measures about 7 inches tall, and it still has Bluetooth 4.2, unfortunately, but it works, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And JBL advertises about 12 hours of listening time, but I got about 9 hours, pretty close to 10 hours, but of course this is all subjective. You may get more playing time than I do simply because you have the volume lower at a lower setting as opposed to me, or maybe you turn it on and off less often, but it's all subjective. I don't doubt that you can get 12 hours out of it. Okay, so the Party Boost I mentioned earlier, this baby right here allows you to pair up another 99 speakers and be able to blast music. And of course, assuming that the other 99 speakers are also JBL Flip 5. That's how silly this thing is. It just grinds my gear that they got rid of the Connect Plus to put this baby on here, and you can't even use it with anything other than the JBL Flip 5. So that was really a big letdown, and additionally, you don't even have the mic on this thing, and it's also missing the aux jack. But then again, I guess it floats, and the sound quality is pretty good. Anyways, so I tested it in my basement, and the as I mentioned, the sound quality is very good, is very crisp. The mids and highs are, you know, very pronounced throughout, all the way to 100% of the volume, and the bass is also booming. So that is a plus for this particular speaker. Okay, so pretty much here's my take on this new version of the Flip series. Overall, it's a very nice compact speaker. It has fantastic sound, it floats, it has USB-C, although it's not protected. I can't seem to see anything else other than the cons. For example, it has no backwards compatibility, it has no aux jack, it has no flap to protect the USB port, it has no microphone, it has no virtual assistant. I could go on. Essentially, what I'm telling you is that my gut tells me that if you are shopping around for something in this range, you are better off going with the JBL Flip 4, because at least with that one you could get to play or connect to a whole array of generations of JBL speakers that can actually connect and play, as opposed to this one where if you get this and you want to play with another, along with another speaker, it needs to be a JBL Flip 5. But anyways, that's just my take here. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to subscribe and of course hit that thumbs up. And please go ahead and put down your comments so that we can have this little back and forth and talk about this crap that they did to this very nice speaker here. I'm hoping to catch you guys in the next video. Up until then, I'll see you. Peace.